Professor Snyder, you know, when I was listening to that very tight recitation of Russian history and Russian failures, I was, of course, thinking of you and thinking and wondering, how does the Russian mind process those facts?
In Putin's Russia, those are the facts that are avoided. The vision of the past that Putin has tried to supply is one in which Russia is simultaneously never defeated and nevertheless always a victim. And this is why it's so helpful to have a good Polish government, a sound government in one of Russia's neighbors, why it's so good to know something about history, because it reminds us that the moments when Russia has actually made good policy choices have been the moments after defeat in Crimea, after defeat against Japan. These are the moments when it seemed like something in Russia could change. So we should remember that Russia has been defeated, but also take courage in the thought that Russia ought to be defeated, also for the good of Russians.
When you hear the Polish foreign minister saying these things, there's such a clarity to it that I'm sure everyone there agrees with, and including possibly secretly even members of the Russian delegation understand that what he's saying is actually true.
Of course, that's the case. I mean, one of the things which is so refreshing about Foreign Minister Sikorski's presentation is that he accepts with us that there is truth, that it's worth responding to propaganda, not with more propaganda, but with calm recitations of what is going on and what has gone on. And of course, when you accept that truth matters, you're also accepting that you're making the truth, that you're taking responsibility for what's happening, that whether Russia wins or doesn't win has something to do with the things that you do. Because when you apprehend the truth, as opposed to listening to propaganda, you begin to think about what you can do and what you should do. And of course, Poland, the Europeans, and the Americans are in a position to do a lot to make sure that this war turns out the right way.
How should we be thinking about this war at what is now the 2-year mark?
We are now the weak link. The Ukrainians have shown that they can do an awful lot with the little that we have given them. Right now, we're giving them nothing. We should be thinking of this as a long war, as a hard war, as a war where the Ukrainians are doing the suffering for us, as a war in which the Ukrainians are maintaining peace elsewhere for us, as a war in which we should be thanking them, and as a war in which we should be doing the things that we can do. All we have to do is supply them with what they need, and then we and they and everyone else will reap